Speaking at the news conference at the end of the summit, host Prime Minister and CARICOM Chair Mia Mottley said regional leaders are working to engage Washington directly amidst the policy shift under the Trump administration.
I don't want to place a date, but as recent as this morning, we were in contact with the Special Envoy of the President of the United States of America for Latin America and the Caribbean, and we fully anticipate that there will be a high-level meeting soon.
Mottley described the three-day 48th regular meeting as being very good and constructive.
It is fair to say that we had a very good and constructive meeting. We are not in any way daunted by the challenges, but we are approaching them with a calm confidence and a recognition that unity more than ever will be required from us to meet the common challenges that the world has presented, from the changing geopolitical environment to the climate crisis, to the international economic shocks that are potentially still there, to the consequences of the climate crisis with respect to the production of food, or the consequences of diseases such as bird flu that can lead to an unfortunate increase in the cost of food, to the recognition that as a community we must continue to expand. We had the honor of welcoming, through the signature of France and Martinique, the possibility of Martinique becoming our newest associate member. It is still subject to the ratification of the French Parliament, but our engagement with them has been strong, and we are satisfied that all things will proceed there.
The brazen killings and easy access to weapons across the region came into focus, with Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness urging the region to adopt a strong position against criminal gangs, saying Kingston has already taken such a stance.
We see gangs as an existential threat. Obviously, the ultimate case would be with the situation in Haiti. But we also see gangs acting in ways and committing acts that can only be described as acts of terror. And therefore, I have called in Jamaica, and I'm making the call now at this CARICOM platform, that there needs to be a global war on gangs in the same way that there is a global war on terror. If the gangs are allowed free rein, they will challenge the effectiveness and undermine states, which we are seeing happening not just in the region in CARICOM, but in the wider Central and South American region.
The meeting was also a farewell to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, who was attending what is expected to be his last summit as a CARICOM leader. In January, he confirmed he intends to resign before his current term in office ends later this year. Rowley told Friday's press conference that the summit spent much time discussing, strategizing, and making decisions on crime.
We agreed that notwithstanding social considerations, we agreed that the changing nature of crime is such that acts of violence in the public space, in certain instances, must now be regarded as acts of terrorism. We're talking here about indiscriminate shooting in a public place where the perpetrators endanger all and sundry. In order to address that, we believe that the legislation needs to be cognizant of what exactly we're experiencing now as against what the existing legislation anticipated.
Rowley said that the leaders also agreed to appoint a high-level representative on law and criminal justice. This will be supported by a multidisciplinary team of technical experts to design and lead the implementation of a strategic plan to improve and modernize criminal justice delivery across CARICOM. The summit also addressed freedom of movement within CARICOM and the establishment of an intergovernmental working group on maritime and air transport to be chaired by the Trinidad and Tobago Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Imri Brown. Leaders agreed to establish a CARICOM Educational Transformation Commission, saying that the current educational system was designed for a colonial period. Rowley's colleagues lauded his contribution to the further deepening of the regional integration movement, and Prime Minister Motley gave him the honor of declaring the end of the summit.
If there's anything I can do to continue to be of service to the people of the Caribbean, it is the one nation that I have, the country of Trinidad and Tobago in CARICOM, and I will never shy away from defending or serving as I've tried to do. So thanks for all of you who made it possible for me to contribute and to be with you as a brother and as a Caribbean man. So having said that, thanks again, and we look forward. And on that basis, I accept the honor to bring this unusually successful, historic meeting to a close. The 48th Conference of the Heads of Government is now at an end. Thank you for your attention.
CARICOM leaders are expected to meet in Jamaica in July this year, when Prime Minister Holness will take up the chairmanship of the oldest integration movement in the developing world.